Looking at ES for the up and coming week, we can see some interesting things happening here on the weekly time frame. The thing that really interests me is, well, one of two things is how big this weekly level is. And don't forget, this week we did roll over on the E-mini S&P futures contract, so now we're on 1216 or Z, if you will. And as we're looking at this thing, you can see that we've had this nice little bounce here today on the weekly demand level at 2150. Okay, as we look at this level, it is a huge level. Okay, and you can see the consolidation that has happened at that level in the past, and we seem to be bouncing off of it. And if we look over here at our daily charts, the interesting thing to me about this is we have come short of actually touching anything on the daily time frame. So it just barely came within just a few ticks of this daily level. Okay, so we will see if we can't engulf this previous red candle that was put to place on last Friday. We knew up here was the decision point from last week as well. All right, and being the decision area, I thought it was going to break higher, but lo and behold, it did not. And so we see price retesting demand. Now, does this mean that we are in a downtrend? No, it does not mean that we are in a downtrend. This is just a big red day. Okay, you notice that several of these bigger red bars are bigger than the green bars. Okay, but it doesn't mean that we're necessarily in a downtrend yet. As we look to play this thing this week, I want to keep this in mind that we are retesting an area of high, it looks like, as this green bar closes out here today. We want to be looking for, again, another failure of price to go high, and therefore it must do the opposite. As of this chart here, I do not see it making any major uh, new changes to the trend direction. It could be the start of something new, but it hasn't told us that for sure. So let's not jump onto the short bus until it tells us that we need to jump onto the short bus. Looking over here at the 4-hour time frame, you can still see that we have a level here at 2178 up to 2184, and a level down here at 2106 down to 2100. Okay, so we're in the middle of this thing, and uh, I am looking to see whether or not price may bounce right around in this area to the downside again and do a retest back down. But as of this Monday, we've seen nothing but upwards bars here, and I'm really looking for the retest of the daily level again, and we will see what happens there. But as of right now, I feel like it's too early to say that the trend is down. I'm kind of in a wait and see pattern myself, so I think we ought to all wait and see what happens. Moving over to the crude oil market, last week we were looking for the downtrend to continue. You can see here on the weekly time frame, we have weekly supply up here from 46.30 up to 49.36, okay, and weekly demand down here around the $42 level. All right, and we were looking for that move to continue on. However, it did not. Okay, we ended up just kind of ranging around in the previous bar. It was almost an inside bar off of the weekly chart. If we go down into the lower daily time frame, you can see that we peaked just above that 46.40 level that we had been talking about a couple weeks earlier, and we've just been kind of slowly ranging in between these two daily levels here. All right, so something that I think is interesting here is drawing the trend line to the upside just to see if we can't get a little bit lower, and see what support would be down there. But I am looking personally upside as far as price seems to be respecting this level pretty well. On our daily time, or excuse me, on the weekly time frame, you can see that price seems like it's rejecting this level, okay, coming up, and I would really be looking for the 50s, okay. That's really the level that I'm watching, right around that 50.84 to 51.53 on the daily time frame. I like that quite a bit. You can also see here on the 4-hour time frame that we have a couple different interesting levels of support. Again, here today we've seen a nice level of support get hit at 44.73, bounced off that very nicely. I'm going to be looking at the 44.17 level to give us a little bit of something there. But again, I'm going to say I'm looking up on the CL market, so that is my forecast for the up and coming week, and we will see how that continues to play out here over the up and coming week.